Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Ultrasonic Film. As always, I'm your host, James, talking about movies, and more movies. I have a very special guest on the show right now, Kat Hostick. Kat, welcome to Ultrasonic Film.
Thank you so much for having me, James.
It's great to have you here. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to ask you a little bit about a couple films before we talk about Polly is the New Monogamy. Is that okay?
Okay, let's do it.
All right, sounds good. I recently had a chat with Sean Roberts about the film Campton Manor, and he was very happy and very pleased that his director was also an actor because directors who are actors, of course, can often understand the actor's point of view, and that's you. So I wanted to make sure that you knew that, and that again, he was very, very happy with working with you yet again. I guess he worked with you once before as well.
Oh, that's really sweet. I didn't know that you chatted with him. That's amazing. Yeah, you know what? I worked the first time we worked together was on Campton Manor, and then I directed an episode of Murdoch Mysteries, which he was also on. So yeah, he's super fun to work with.
Of course, I have to ask you about the Martini Shot as well. The cast in that film is incredible, from Matthew Modine, John Cleese, Derek Jacobi. What was the experience like working on that?
That was incredible. So I played a character named Rose. Matthew Modine, he played a character named Steve, who's the lead of the film. So I played Matthew Modine's daughter in the movie, and we shot this one scene up on the cliffs of Moher, which was crazy. Like I thought we were gonna blow off the cliff. It's so windy up there, but it was like one of the most picturesque things. And just that cast is absolutely incredible, the talent. So I just feel so lucky to have been a part of that and got to go to Ireland to film. And so it was just very, very cool.
Well, that sounds awesome. Of course, we're chatting with you about your new show, Polly is the New Monogamy. You are the writer, director, showrunner, and star of this show. You're wearing an incredible amount of hats on this, and I've watched all 6 episodes of the show as well. It's got to be, it looks like you're having a lot of fun with this.
So much fun. Honestly, like I have directed so many different things, so many TV shows, movies, all these things, but I have to say, like, this was one of the most enjoyable projects I've ever done. As you said, I just had so much fun doing it and the people that I did it with. And like, even though wearing so many hats is stressful, it is cool to do something like all of it because it's kind of like 100% your voice. And so that's an experience on its own.
I also really like the undercurrents that you guys are talking about transactional love. And I like the fact that you don't portray it as positive or negative. It's not a judgmental look at it. And you sort of name check Seeking Arrangements and Ashley Madison as well. Is that important to you as well to kind of look at how things are going in that direction in the future?
Yeah, I mean, look, like one of the big things with the show and like some of the stuff I wanted to highlight was just the sheer numbers of people on those types of websites and people that kind of like the definition of poly, that prefix just means more than one. So there's
Right.
polyamory within the show, but it's also obviously speaking to like how people have more than one in their lives and in that gray area. And so I look at those numbers and I'm kind of like, well, like, why are there so many people on Ashley Madison or infidelity websites? And why aren't people happy? Are people happy with, more than one person, or have they not found the right one? Which is kind of like this underlying thesis, I guess, for the show. And so I did want to highlight that and explore that with characters and not have judgment on it. But I'm kind of like, well, if there's a 40% or 50% divorce rates in some areas, then are you supposed to be with one person in your whole life? So I just wanted to highlight kind of all these gray areas and just touch on it, but do it through, I think, the lens of like comedy, which makes it a little bit more, like palatable.
And again, I like that it's not judgmental and you're leaving it open. You're asking questions, but you're not basically telling the viewers you have to think this way or this is the proper way, like a lot of other shows or movies would do.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, I try not to. I try and approach this without judgment and really trying to see from like different perspectives and, again, like just looking at why people are doing what they're doing and maybe whatever society's telling us we have to do, maybe that's not the answer for every single person. So that's what I want to explore for sure.
Sounds good. Speaking of the comedy, the show is very, very funny at times. There's a specific sequence I really want to ask you about because I'm really curious about the logistics of it. And this is goat yoga. How did you film goat yoga? How was that done? I'm really curious as to how that was laid out.
Honestly, I don't even know. That was a crazy day. Like I remember telling people we were gonna do that, and they were just like, how are we gonna do that with the sound? And like you can't control these goats, and it's not like these goats are trained to be on camera like a lot of animals are. So it was an experience. Like we had me and Anne Purview who plays Zoe. We have obviously the scene together. We've got these goats on our back, and these goats. I wish I had the outtakes because these goats are jumping off of our backs, jumping from back to back. Like the goats are eating the DP's equipment. There was like scenes like people eating their clothes. Like, just it was organized chaos, but it was one of my favorite scenes to shoot. But me and the actress literally had bruises all over our backs.
Take this time to start connecting with your goat yoga partners.
Is it gonna poop on me? Do they poop on people?
I think they train them not to poop on people.
And the crazy thing too is like directing wise, I'm on camera, so I can't even help facilitate what is going on. I don't know what's going on with the sound. Like sound's just kind of like, I don't know. So many goats.
I'm curious as to the reactions that you get from men and women watching this show, because, of course, you're dealing with a lot of men and women issues, but you're also kind of opening up for questions, as we talked about as well, because you're truly rushing in to male and female relationships with this show.
So, you know what's interesting is the title itself. I think it draws a lot of men in. Like a lot of men are watching the show. I did not expect that. I was like, I think like my audience is mainly women. But then I think the title for woman can be a little bit like, I think more women are like, oh no, like monogamy, romance, whatever. And so I think they're a little bit thrown off by the title because I think they just think it just means polyamory. But I think when women actually watch the show, they're like, oh, this is so relatable. And I think men watching the show, I think, they also think it's funny, but it's relatable. One of our producers, like in the early days, her boyfriend wanted to like see an episode. And so she's like, oh yeah, I'll show you an episode. And he stayed up like late binging the entire thing. She was like, I didn't understand why he kept watching. But yeah, he's like, oh, okay. So this is kind of how women think, or you kind of get into the female mind and maybe they find that interesting. So, I think it's interesting just because of the title and trying to get people to watch it. But then once they watch it, it's usually very relatable for both.
Awesome. And again, kudos to you. I've interviewed people that are twice your age that don't have the resume that you have. Clearly, you do keep yourself busy, and clearly you have been very successful so far. Of course, I'm wishing you the best of luck in the future as well.
James, thank you so much. This is amazing. Thank you for having me.
We need a break.
A break? What, like Rachel and Ross were on a break, or like a break? I just don't even understand how I dated this human.
You have to nut up and do this on your own, Sage.
This is the world giving you a gift.
Wine? Yes. This is my boyfriend, James. Love of my life.
I forget.
You're so smart.
And who's that?
My sugar daddy. Just a very nice older man who helped me out with my bills in exchange for sex. Weirdest sex story. Go.
No, I am not talking about my sex life with Tyler. That is private. I just don't have the same sex drive as you.
I don't think this can work.
Maybe. Hear me out. You're right where you're supposed to be. Don't laugh. Maybe we're supposed to be your new best friends.
I need to buy one of these. Not for me, for my boyfriend, because we're not having sex.
You call me a bad writer.
You are a bad writer. What do you want?
I want to keep our arrangement.
Are you crazy? Who the hell is she?
Ruby Hall. We were just leaving. Relationships are one-day renewals.
What's that supposed to mean?
Divorce rate is 50%, so you tell me what that means. Maybe doesn't want to come home because deep down she's happier without him.
Are you like a psychologist?
I can't get laid, but that guy is. He looks like Jabba the Hutt in a sweater vest.
He's like one of the girls. Who cares?
Thanks, Sage. My penis thanks you.
I used to date her. And her husband, Rob.
Oh, like 3. Couple.
You're next.
Wait till you see what happens next.